feel so stupid. Hi, good day. Good day. Welcome to my moved around bedroom of doom. Um, yeah, I have this huge pebble right here. We're not going to talk about. I whittled this out of a tree branch at my house, and I carved it down and I smoothed it out, and I made a hair pick. And you're like, that's a long hair pick. Well, I figure that if you're this close to me and it's sticking out of my hair, such as this, and it stabs you, you're too close to me at the fucking supermarket. Okay, you're too close to me. So yeah, that's what I figure. I have a new filming setup, which is on my bed, and I'm just trying to get everything like in order or something. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So good day. This is gonna be a strange vlog. I don't even know if I should do my normal thing. Feel free to subscribe if you're interested in any of these things right here. I guess I should do that. And then also, what are you watching? What are you listening to? And what are you reading? Feel free to comment below and I'll get back to you. Yeah, and also, what are you drinking? Let's have something. What are you guys sipping on? I have some London Fog. I have a bunch of Earl Grey in here. This is the Bigelow brand. Settling is not an option, and something special is brewing. Bitch, I can't read. God. Oh my god, I was at Olive Garden the other day, like doing a drive-through thing, like, how do you say? A pickup. Bitch. Get words together. I was picking up an order from Olive Garden because sorry, my nose is like funny right now because the water and the weather and the everything. Because everything. Anyways, welcome to my bed. Welcome to my bedroom. Let's pull up, have a cup, let's chit chat. Olive Garden, let's start there. I went to Olive Garden and I was like feeling peckish. I was feeling a certain way. And I was like, I want to eat food. And so I was like, well, what if I just do a drive-through thing? How do you say pickup? A curbside pickup. It's just not drive-through, but it's just drive-through. You drive through and you pick it up. Okay, it's kind of drive-through, but anyway, so you pick up the food. And the lady wanted me to leave her a tip, and I was just kind of like, I'm in a very strange, like, here in America, the tipping is strange. It is not spoken about, but it is expected, and I don't know what to expect. I'm not neurotypical. I'm not a normal person. You think I'd go on YouTube and act like this if I was anywhere near normal? I am a little bit different, and that's okay. Bitch, I don't understand tipping culture, and I have been a waitress, and as a waitress, I didn't understand tipping culture. I didn't understand what was appropriate and what was not appropriate, and what I expected and what should have been expected. You know, what was and what was not. Bitch, I didn't fucking know. And so I still don't know. I don't know two things. All of the places three things I lied, bitch. I'm trying out this new thing where I'm a fucking liar. I'm just kidding. No, sorry. I'm like assaulting my hair. Every time I get an attitude, I assault my hair. Like, whew. Anyways, so 3 things I don't understand. Number 1, where tipping is supposed to happen. Number 2, how the tip is supposed to be as much. Like, how much tip per how much food? Like, what? And they keep adding. They were like, 20%? Do you want to tip 20%? In my day, it was like, and I'm 32 years old. When I was 16 and waiting tables, it was different. Like, it was just the luck of the draw, the luck of the Irish. Like, it was just a random fucking amount. And so, what you got? You know what I mean? And also, like, if you endured some kind of verbal assault from the men folk, like I did many times. You endured as a waitress, as a wench, as a food wench, when you endured verbal assault from a group of men who were very bravado, machismo, like rah, 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 drinking and eating, they left more. And I don't understand what that means for my value. The tipping and the waitress and the waiting culture in America is dog shit. It's bullshit. And it's confusing because okay, so I lied. I may not understand. Okay, listen, I lied. I lied. I don't understand a lot of things, okay? And okay, busting. So, I'm angry. I'm angry because I don't understand something and nobody's telling me and nobody tells you. So you have to ask and you feel rude asking like about people's personal jobs. So, we went out to eat in Galveston. And my husband was like, they make you tip at the front counter, and then the front counter gets split up amongst everybody that works there. And it's like, what? And then, so my husband asked the dude, like, hey, brother, like, if I give you a 20, do you gotta split that shit? Like, you gotta split that shit with anybody or what? And the guy was like, here's how it happens here. And he looked around real quick before to make sure no one was listening in or whatever. And he was like, the tip you give them at the counter, they expect to give you, and it gets split up with everybody else. I get like a tiny fraction of that shit. And then if you just hand it to me in my hand, then that shit goes in my pocket. That's in mine. And I ain't got to break it up with anybody. So, like, we had to tip twice. So we ended up tipping twice. We tipped the motherfuckers at the counter who get paid regular money. And then we had to tip the fucking waiter who does not get paid regular money. I don't know what it is now, but when I was working, it was $3.12 an hour plus tips, which is just crazy. It's insane. It really, it's insane. And then also, I don't understand places where to tip, because if the tip is getting chopped up between the busboy, the counter people, and the waitress, and they all get paid separate amounts, what the fuck? What the fuck is this goddamn shit? Because I'm about to overthrow everything. I'm about to overthrow your tipping culture, and nobody gets anything. No, I'm kidding. If you can't share, nobody gets anything. I'm just kidding. No, it's very strange though. I don't understand. And I do believe in tipping your waiters, okay? You wait on me, I'm tipping you. Why am I paying the busboy? Bitch, you hired him, motherfucker. You fucking pay him, not the waiter. It shouldn't have to come out of the waiter's paycheck. What kind of an asshole are you, bitch? If you hired somebody, how about you pay them? Bitch, motherfucker, like, so then you're supposed to tip your hairdressers? How much is appropriate? I don't want to seem rude. I'm not trying to be rude. I just don't understand. And then there's other things that you're supposed to tip that I don't know about. And then the third thing that was in the trio of confusion about gratitude culture in America is baggers. At the grocery store, we have people who bag, like at HEB, for instance. This is where it happens at HEB. They're filled to the brim with so many people and so many lines ordering, buying so many food. The baggers are always like moving throughout the lines, bagging. But every once in a while, you don't get a bagger. And then the cashier starts bagging. Am I supposed to help bag the bags? I feel like I am, but I don't know, because then a bagger shows up and does their job. If they see the need is there, they're fluid. They move from line to line and bag. You know what I mean? I don't understand. I'm not a bagger. I don't understand it at all. And so there's sometimes I stand there like, and then other times I have kids with me, and so I'm making sure that they're okay. And even though there's no real threat, like nobody is, this is not a city, so nobody like is trying to snatch up your babies here. It's a town, but I'm still in the city mindset. I can't say words. I am still in the city mind state. And so I still remember the children at my apartment complex getting snatched up and escaping. Whenever the person got to the gate, they were able to break a window and get out. Like, you know how like our apartment complex in San Antonio had gates, like rolling closed gates, you know what I'm saying? And this little girl got snatched up in a van by some kidnapper. And then when he got to the gate, she was able to get out and run home and told their parents everything that happened. So then there's a manhunt for footage and ring and blink and surveillance on who and what and why and what car, and So I still have that. It was my apartment complex. And there's many apartment complexes. It's not a unique experience. It was a very cyclical thing that happened with kidnapping. There's a whole underbelly to the American way of life, and that is trafficking and trade of human beings that we don't really understand. It's very scary, it's very dangerous, and I don't know, because I've had relatives who were sex workers, it's more apparent whenever they get followed home, when they get targeted and followed home and they bring the person to their house because they're stupid. It's very, I've been through many things. I've had many experiences. And so, it's just more real. For me. It's not just something whispered or allegedly, something's going on. No, bitch. No, my dumbass relative brought 2 men that were stalking her straight to her house. She was like, I didn't know where to go. I was like, not to your home, bitch. Now they know where you live, honey. Now they know where you reside. You stupid bitch. She didn't know, it's okay, but also she put everybody who lived at the house in danger, and it set my OCD off. I've had a very full life. Let's just put it that way. It's so annoying. Anyways. So I don't understand things here in America. And I've lived here my entire life. And I've lived here my entire life. And there's a lot of stuff, and I don't know. Maybe there's like social cues that I'm just not picking up on. Because that could be true, but I pick up on everything. I pick up on too much. And so I don't know if that's true. I don't know. I think I have the flavor of brain. That's just, I've been so traumatized that I can sense and pick up everything before it happens. It causes me a great deal of anxiety because I have to consciously and consistently be like, okay, not my monkeys, not my circus, or like, that's none of my business. That is not any of my concern. I see it. It's not mine. That is theirs. I don't have to embody it or feel it or resonate with it or match it. It's not my fucking business. But also as well, it's a subconscious thing for me to pick up social cues that are the things that are not said. The things between the spaces and places that are not said speak volumes. When too many people are doing too many things, okay? And it's a lot, and my brain is taking in 100% and also processing and alerting, and there's so many bells and whistles and things like that going on. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's too much. So I just have the flavor of brain that's like heightened to everything. And when I go out into places and spaces where there's a lot going on, it does cause me a severe amount of anxiety. And sometimes I just saddle it up and go. I'm just like, okay, let's go. And other times, there's been times where I almost blacked out from a panic attack, which I thought was very weird. My whole body started vibrating, and then my eyes were like closing on me. And then I started shaking. Well, I was vibrating. Yeah, I was shaking. Like a chihuahua. I left out in the cold, and I was just like, I'm about to fucking vomit and scream. And I felt like not in control of my body. Sorry, I just woke up, but I went to sleep with my hair kind of wet. Okay. Number 1, tipping culture, confusion. Bagging culture, also confusion. Okay. Number 2, I dyed my hair. It was called light ash brown. I think it's like 52A or something like that at Sally's. I'll put a picture right here since I'm probably going to be editing. So this is a picture of the thing I used, and I had quite, the hair before. Okay, light ash brown. Bitch, does this look light to you, honey? Bitch, my hair look black. Okay, like, I know it's not black. I know it's not black because, okay, look. So here's black. So I know it's not. Do you see, like, once black is next to it, you can see it's brown. Yes, you could see that. This is also Emily. I believe her name's Emily. Let me see. Right? Emily, yes. The only good thing about having my name is that they appropriately had a bat be her thing. So I'm very excited for that. It's a little makeup bag thing that you bring around. And she's dusty. Let me smack her. She's dusty. Anyways, oh my god. So you can see it's brown when black is next to it, the contrast. But when it's not, this shape-shifting bitch. My hair is a shape-shifting bitch and I love her, but goddamn. So in the sun, it is brown. And in certain lighting, it is brown. And that's kind of close to my brown color. So I was trying to get to an ashy color, like a very nice ashed out brown. I don't know if I need to scoop. You can see the greens up here, right? Because I literally mixed up a green, what do you say? A semi-permanent hair dye. Like I had some Arctic Fox and I don't know what my hair's doing and it's frustrating me. Anyways, I mixed up some hair dye and now I have hairs all over my face itching me. I mixed up Space Cowgirl and there's this Strawberry Leopard, like a blue color. It's like a blue teal color. I have some melatonin right here. It's like a mix of these two colors and like a blue teal, yeah. And oh, and it made green. And then I put the green over my hair and it took out some of the red. It ashed out the brown. It ashed out the brown and I was able to achieve a more not so red brown. You know, my hair pulls like super red after I've dyed it. It pulls super red, but the roots are not at all. My roots do not pull red. And so I'm trying to ash out the root area to make it more, you know, in alignment with my hair. I forgot what I was saying because my husband messaged me and I went to answer it and then I totally forgot who I was for a moment. Oops. So yeah. Here's a stick. It's a magical stick. Yeah, I am really grateful. There was a tree that was planted here over 30 years ago and Hurricane Beryl knocked it over. And then from one of the logs we had from the tree that we chopped up, I carved this out of it. And you're like, well, it's just a stick. Well, yes, but it's a hair stick. You put it in your hair. I have a whittling kit. And I've been whittling like spoons and stuff. But I try to whittle a spoon out of this, the branch I use for this, but all of the grain kept fraying. It kept fraying and fraying and fraying. And I was like, it just wants to be a stick. And so I made it into a stick. I was like, you want to be a stick? You shall be a stick. And then it was a stick. And so, yeah. What else? I made some overnight oats. I have like this guilty pleasure food that I like to eat that is not at all how do you say, it's not, I don't think it's healthy for me because I don't think I could digest oats or grains as well as I should. I think I'm a loser. No, I'm kidding. I think I'm a fucking wizard. No, but it's like overnight oats, but I use like oats, like, okay, so sometimes I'll put it in a mason jar. Let's use a mason jar as a visual physical representation of what I'm talking about. As a physical. Anyways, I'll put like this much oats and that much blueberries and then milk to the top and I'll seal it and shake it. But my blueberries are frozen, so the milk ends up frosting and freezing slightly, which is kind of cool because then it's like a slushy of oats. But it's such a delicious flavor. Oat milk. I love oats. They're so delicious. I like the creaminess and I don't like warm oats. So that's the thing. I put them in the refrigerator and I like them cold and soggy and whatever. I don't like hot oatmeal. It's fucking disgusting to me. Like, ew. It just reminds me of being so poor. Like having to eat hot oatmeal for breakfast every morning. Um, ugh. Oh, you should try to eat something, not that bitch, but cold oats with blueberries that are frozen. And then sometimes I'll put a little vanilla and some pumpkin pie spice or cinnamon into the oats while they're dry and mix up that. And then whenever the liquid's in, I'll put the vanilla mix into there and or a little bit of brown sugar and just a smidgen. I don't overdo the sugar. I don't really like sugar. Um, and it does something to my body. Sugar just makes me feel gritty. Sugar makes me feel like rough textured sand on the inside, like weird static feelings, and I don't really like it. And then I get tired from it. Like the blood sugar goes, the sugar crashes. They suck. Um, the sugar I will ingest. I have a hair stuck on my face somewhere. There's a hair somewhere on my face that wants to physically fight me, and I'm ready. Kidding. I will eat those. Okay, there's this at specialties and sugar shops. What are they called? Well, I know they're like confectionery. We're not gonna say that word, bitch. I hate the fact that I can read words and I cannot say them. So in my brain I'm like super smart, and in my mouth I'm really dumb. It doesn't translate from here to here. It gets lost in the abyss, and then I'm like, I say things wrong. Fuck. Anyways, let's move on from that. So, god damn it. There's sugar shops. What are they called? Candy stores? Candy stores. Sugar shops. There's shops of sugar. As far as the eye can see. No, anyways, there's these sugar shops, and they have inside of them tiny little sharks that are about a blue and a creamy white color on the bottom of it. But if you find a shark that's pretty big, a pretty big shark, they're like 6 inches to a foot long. These gigantic gummy sharks, they're my favorite. And so when I go to candy stores, or if I see a candy store, I will tell my husband to distract the children. And so I can go just check, and if there is a gummy shark in the store, I'll buy from there. But not if it's like the mixture colors or whatever. There's just a certain kind of, like, I don't know, to me, in my little silly brain, I'm like, if they have the gummy shark that's like this big, and if it is the appropriate kind, I will purchase more candy from the store, because in my head I'm like, you are reputable. Or something, I don't know. In my silly head I'm like, they know what's up, they know, they got the goods, they know what's up. But if they don't, then I'm just like, keep walking. Keep walking. Ew. You know what I mean? So yeah. If they have gummy sharks that are of decent size, I will purchase candy from the shop. I don't know what's wrong with me. I have all of these like unwritten rules that I follow that make no sense to anybody outside of my brain, and yet on the inside I'm just like, absolutely. Yes, totally. But on the inside of my brain I'm like, I guess whenever I do my self-reflection, I'm just like, babe, should we call a doctor? And the doctor said, no more monkey jumping on the bed. Whatever. Anyways, so yeah. It's chilly. It's like wet and rainy and cold, and I've been wearing my stockings to bed. I have these thick pantyhose, and I've been wearing them to bed. I call them stockings. Whatever. I've been wearing those to bed, and I've been wandering around in them and stuff, and I have my shoes that I put on. Because, okay, I'm the kind of person, I don't know if you guys are. Let me know if you are, if you're not. The kind of person who, like, barefoot outside, yes. Barefoot inside, no. There's something about my feet being cold on the house floors that make me feel like, ugh. Like, it gives me like the, So I always wear socks inside, but then I have to wear a very light shoe inside, not a house slipper. Although I have like leather house slippers that I don't. I'm finicky. I'm very peculiar. I'm a very peculiar person. So one moment, let me go. Yeah. Okay, so I have these shoes that I got at Goodwill. They're leather. They're like little. They're dirty because I wear them outside. These shoes that I'm throwing them that I wear around the house. They're very light, and they're not uncomfortable to wear for long periods of time. But I don't like shoes on my bed, and I don't like shoes on my couches. So I always have like a pair of shoes by my bed and by my couch. So when I'm on the beds and couches, I could just be in my little stockings and socks and be like, ee. And then I have these for more industrial, these shoes. They're like they call them like saddle shoes or something like that. This is from the brand Eastland. I really like these shoes. These are really cool. And I'm gonna throw them off my bed. Get the fuck off my bed. So yeah, I'm like, I really love my shoes. Throws them. I love my shoes so much. Yoink! Yeah. So, but I like those two shoes. For like the black ones, I like to be inside because they're not like roughing it shoes, and the other ones I like having a more inside outside. You know what I mean? And then I have a lot of cowgirl boots for yard work that I use that they're supposed to be fancy, like dancing shoes or something. But I have broken them in, and they were very expensive, but I use them for everything from everything. I don't know. I'm not a very fancy person. I'm really not. I dress oddly. I don't care. I couldn't give a fuck less. I like I don't know, I do whatever I want or whatever I feel like I want to do. Me and my subconscious mind were like in a good relationship with each other. And so whatever I feel like I want to do, then I'm gonna fucking do it. Like I felt like I wanted brown hair. I felt like I wanted that. And I resisted it for a while. I was like, ugh. But then I kept getting this like beautiful, like there's this feeling. It feels like whenever you see fog and mist and glowing sun rays through the trees. I feel that way on the inside sometimes about things. I feel like the same feeling I get when I see that, I feel on the inside randomly throughout. It like pulsates and it glows and grows about ideas I have. And when I do that, when I have those feelings, I tend to analyze them slightly, but not too much because it's to me it's disrespectful to over analyze and dissect your own subconscious mind whenever it has these ideas that it wants to act out and do and whatnot. So there's this relationship I have with my brain. And I'm like, okay, well, let's go down that thing. Let's go down that path. Let's go down that rabbit hole. Okay, fine. But also, sometimes I'm like, girl, you might be doing too much. Like, let's think about this. Sometimes I do pressure back on my subconscious desires. It is a desire. And I'm like, let's think about this. You want to go brown? You want your hair to go brown? You just spent so much time keeping it red. And then I realized, like, yeah, I did. And it was fun and it was beautiful. But also, I spent so much time and money keeping it red. So much that I could rather put it in other places and spaces. So, yeah. You know what I mean? And so I was like, well, I kept thinking, I was like, okay, you want to go brown? I kept feeling every time I saw like brown hair on TV or brown hair in person, it was like I was enamored with it again. It was like, wow, I don't know. I'm weird. So like, I like admiring people, not for their, I don't know, just admiring. I have a little bit of that artist soul where I like see things in people I like and I just admire them. Just for a moment's time, and then they open their mouth and I'm like, oh, oh. That's all I needed. That's all I needed. That's all I needed. Spell is broken, curse is lifted. That's all I needed. People open their mouth and you're just like, mm. And you know what? The funny thing is, people do that to me. People will look at me and they'll be like, they'll admire me for something, whatever. It's happened many times in my life. And then I open my mouth. Curse is lifted. Spell is broken. You're no longer obsessed with me. I open my dumb fucking mouth and I say something stupid or like jagged or irate or whatever. Spell is lifted. Curse broken. You're free, babe. Scoot. Shoo, 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 shoo. You know, or I say like a curse word and they're just like, oh, you know, because we do that to people. We build people up in our brain or whatever. And I tend to not do that anymore because I know that humans are humans. So I like building up, how do you say, isolated things. So like the shades of brown hair in my head. I'll go out and I'll witness like ladies with beautiful brown hair and textures and stuff. And so I start idolizing textures and shades and multicolored, like it's like when you look really close to a bird feather, you will realize and notice that there are like rainbows in every little thing. I don't know. I'm very strange. I've spent a lot of time alone as a child, so. And so my personal way that I work and I observe and absorb things is strange. Um, and I know it is. And we all share, though, we all share experiences and perception and perspective. But the way mine is, it's difficult to communicate it to people. It would be better if I shot a film through, like, it's a silent thing that has to happen. If I recorded something and then presented it to you and said, this is how I see things, it would probably be easier for you to understand. But I cannot explain with my mouth visually what I absorb and, you know. Does that make sense? No? Yes? Whatever. But yeah. Earlier I was kind of worried and concerned. I was like, am I depressed? Like, I was thinking for a moment. I was like, am I depressed? You know, so I'm like, I don't know. And I'm gonna be, because here's the thing. I know many topics, whatever. Either come with me or skedaddle. That's okay. Either way is fine. So I was concerned. I was like, am I depressed? What's going on? I have to check in on myself because I'm a mother and a wife and a stay-at-home mom and all these things. All of these things, which there are many things that I do throughout the day. And if you have sat through this video to this extent, you understand that my brain is a very interesting place to be. And so I am expected to do many things throughout the day. Pay bills, keep up with this, that, and the other, take care of all the animals, all of the humans, be a mother and a wife and a friend and a sister-in-law, and have many hats and many roles. And yet there's like this one role that I want to be. There's things that I want to do aside from all of the things I'm expected to do. Upkeep the house, upkeep the bills, hell of my many hats I wear throughout the day. You know, animals, homestead, this and that and the other, and blah blah blah, you know. But then there's also the other aspects of me that I keep, my little fire I keep kindled within myself, and I protect from the outside world, the outside conditions, and I feed it slowly. My like subconscious fire embers that I try to upkeep throughout my life. And so it's a dance, it's my dance, but it's hard for me to keep everything in lists and order for that part of my life whenever I don't like that. When I do enjoy just going with the flow and allowing things to unfold, and then I forget, oh my god, I forgot to cancel that subscription before the 7 days are over. Then they charged us $20 and then I have to go and cancel it, and then you know what I mean? So there's I do not like lists. Number one, I don't like anybody telling me to do anything. Whatever. So so yeah. But I also struggle with American time. Like, you know, there's like a time and my dogs are at the door and they're not coming in. because they're just gonna lick their butts right behind me. No, but I do struggle with with American time, and everyone else is around me is on a time, and they're all concerned and pulling la la, and so I have to check in on myself because no one else will do it for me. Everyone else has their own lives, and I have to simultaneously. No, my cats are outside my door. Everybody just decided to come upstairs at the same time with them. Every animal in the house is like at the door, like, let me in. No, no. Fucking Kathy and Heathcliff, let me in. No, Kathy. No, I'm kidding. What the fuck was I saying, bitch? That's what I was saying, bitch. Oh my god. So much happens throughout my day that like I don't know. Like I'm supposed to keep everything in order and to allow our family and our life and everything to keep going. You know, I'm the windmill of the family, and I have to keep everything in order and going correctly from the bottom to the top. But it's very, very difficult to do so. Anyways, so I'm expected to kind of like do everything at all times and whatnot. And it's not that my husband doesn't help me, because he does, but he has his own roles that he also has to do in order to keep our life, going correctly. So I've been learning that it's okay to like delegate certain tasks and stuff to my children. Like, so with the dishes, we pay my son a good amount. He gets paid every 2 weeks, an allowance to do the dishes and to take the trash out, and alleviating that tension from my, giving things away, but also offering the supplementing with money has helped, because they also understand that it's a job, and it is not favorable to always do the dishes, but it is a thing that has to get done. And so if you have a reward, it feels better, So we're teaching our children appropriate, how do you say, work and money and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that whole thing, like this whole thing, the allowance. It's not just like, okay, well, you exist, here's an allowance, like, which is nice, but like it's nice how money, because you get to do fun stuff with it. But I'm also delegating tasks, but also the tasks in my head that I have to accomplish. I hate writing things down, and I do write things down, but I leave my lists everywhere, and I'm the kind of woman that writes things on their hand, and then I wash my hand, and it becomes lost to the sands of time. Goddamn motherfucker, son of a bitch, like, no. And then I'm like, what was I supposed to do? And then I'm just, so I have a certain amount of willpower, we all do, throughout the day, and I'm like, okay, babe, we're gonna go to the store, we're gonna la la la. Like today, I don't know what time it is. I was supposed to go to the feed store a couple of towns over, and something I personally would like to do, so it's like I have tasks I need to do for our life to go into the appropriate way to work. There we go, there's a word. And then I also have things that I like secretly want to do on the side. So I love rabbits. I love rabbits. I've always raised rabbits. Wherever I've lived, I've had rabbits and chickens and ducks, since I was born. I was born into a family that raised rabbits and chickens and ducks, and the rabbits that we had were not regular rabbits. Like, I had a jackrabbit, and it was Mr. Bun Bun, and he was huge. He was huge, and we could fit him into a harness, and I would walk him. I always wore this Cinderella blue dress, and I would walk him up and down our street, and he would eat the grasses, and people would leave he would eat cat food. People leave cat food out for him to eat, and I'd go up to their houses and let my rabbit eat their cat food, because they would purposefully want me to come visit their doors with my rabbit, my giant jackrabbit, Mr. Bun Bun. So anyways, I love rabbits, and so it's a favorable scent to me, the smell of a rabbit skin. And I don't know, also the smell of chickens and ducks, not their feces and stuff, not the gross parts, but their skin. There's a scent on chickens and ducks I like the smell of, and I like the smell of a rabbit. When you cuddle a rabbit very closely, you could smell the heat and the mixtures of their, I don't know, just them. And so yes, and I'm trying to explain something, and it out of my mouth it sounds crazy. I love sniffing rabbits. No, it's not like that, but I love raising them and observing them and having them. It reminds me of just home, or my ideas of early childhood home, and not the bad stuff but the good stuff. So I need to go to that feed store, but I had a side quest. I have tons of side quests that I never, and main quests, and like and then I just sit there and I don't do any of them, and I'm just like free roaming the map. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh my god. And so yeah, but is it frustrating? Yeah, because then it's like I have my willpower that's like, okay, well, I need to take a nap, I need to eat, my spinal column hurts because I have smashed vertebrae and the weather's changing, I need to go take medicine. So there's main quest, side quests, and then minor side quests, because my body is also screaming that it needs stuff, things done, and I'm just like, babe, fuck. Like, chill out. So anyways, so yeah, I want to go to this feed store and see. Their rabbits are roughly like $65, but I've been thinking over the past couple. I have very bad jackrabbits. I'm great with regular rabbits. Cut the cameras. Like, something always happens. Something of strange, unexpected proportions happens, and of course it triggers my OCD and depression, because I did not on my bingo card have two wild dogs were going to lift the latch of my fence after spending hours trying to lift it, break into my backyard, rip open the bottom of my rabbit cage, and rip my rabbits out and eat them. That was not on my bingo list. It was not. That makes that was what are they, the fucking raptors from Jurassic Park? Like, oh my god, yeah, it was just horrible. And the dogs are so intelligent. They worked on the latch with their paw and their nose for hours outside. Anyways, it was just so it caused me depression. And then my neighbor, the crazy one, she no longer lives there. Thank you. But she had someone come over and spray the fence line, and it killed my prized rabbit, Bigfoot. And I laugh because his name's Bigfoot, but I've been thinking about him quite a lot lately, and that started a depression within me. Him dying, I guess I didn't process it correctly, and because my brain is here, there, everywhere, actually going through and dealing with things, it's very difficult, because I need to, but at the same time I do not. And so then I have these baggage left over from, instances that happen throughout the year naturally. Things happen as a general guideline. If you're living, things will happen. And so, but that was not on my bingo card either, that the neighbor would spray pesticide or some kind of concoction and kill my rabbit with the wind. That was just not on it. So those things, do you understand, that was like very stressful and very confusing, and it made me have to like figure and weigh the benefits and the not so beneficial aspects of raising rabbits, which I was trying to do for profit and gain. And so I lost like $65 times 3, plus feed, plus time, plus, I lost, that's how much money I lost. And so there was a loss. And in my logical mind, and in that kind of main quest line, when the side quests are causing too much, then I just, I'm not going to do that for a while. But I've noticed that I've been thinking about Bigfoot a lot. I've been thinking about his pelt, and, well, we did not save it. I buried him, and I put stones over him and made him a nice grave I have some fruit trees I planted. And so I buried him in the fruit tree grove area of my house. And um, it's just difficult. It's difficult because I did love him. And that's another thing when it becomes emotional. Like you love something, even though you're raising it and you're supposed to. I was going to breed him to make babies to sell for profit, and 65 a head is a very good profit. And so if I can raise beautiful rabbits, and it's a small operation, one that will not alarm the neighbors too much, and the fecal matter will also be beneficial for the garden to create a how do you say, the food for the garden, a fertilizer. So it was going to be another cog in the wheel of my gardening experience that was supposed to be beneficial for the wheel to keep turning in a good way. Yeah, that was just very frustrating. It made my heart hurt, and I miss my rabbit. I miss my rabbit. Um, I miss cuddling him. I miss squeezing him. I miss petting him and ruffling his little ears. Um, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to see. I guess it's for me. It's difficult for mammals, certain mammals, to see them die because I guess I filled my life with so much love for them that it's a loss. It's like a hit you take, and so on a homestead you have to be resilient, and I am resilient, but also there's certain things that happen that make you colder and make you, I don't know. So I guess in a way what I'm trying to say is I felt my heart defrosting from the death of my rabbits, and I was concerning myself with perhaps purchasing more. So when I go on my main quest to go get feed and hay for the chickens in our barn, and do the barn stuff for the winter time, they need to have appropriate hay and feed and whatnot for winter time. Then I will price rabbits and see if they have more hens and whatnot. We plan on purchasing about 50 birds for springtime. I guess at the end of December, we'll purchase their meat birds. And so if you do not dispatch them at 4 to 6 weeks, they have been bred to where they will naturally die of like heart attack or something like that. So before you get all on my ass about that, there is a type of bird that we have bred purposefully to get to a certain size, and then literally their body will kill themselves if you do not dispatch them. So you know what I mean? At least that's what I hear. That there's these meat birds that happens. I guess that's the stories I've been told. I don't know how true that is. I guess we could always keep one and see if it just dies one day randomly. As an experiment, we could just keep a bird and see if the stories are true. That just die of a heart attack at 12 weeks or something like that. But yeah, there's these meat birds that you raise, and allegedly, if you do not dispatch them, then they will just die on their own. So it's better for you to raise them to maturity and then eat them, But we're planning on purchasing some. They get sent in the mail, and they are sent in the mail, and it's like overnight. And of course, sometimes they're living and sometimes they're not. Sometimes you have some chicks that don't make it through the mail. They are like, there's holes in the box and you have to hurry up and go to the mail place and ship them to the mail place. You pick them up there, blah, 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 right? But yeah. So we're planning on doing that and having a little chicken tractor, which is a chicken wire in enclosure. It's a rectangle you pull around the yard, and you allow the birds to graze naturally on the grass, and they deposit their poop into the yard, which is good for gardening. And so there's so many layers to my ideas, and I personally have to be responsible for all of my ideas. Sorry, my dogs are outside doing like WWE, like tables, ladders, and chairs in the fucking hallway. Like, what are you guys doing? Guess who snuck in? He's a big kitty beans. Hi. Okay, anyways, So yeah, there's a lot of things happening in my life all the time, and I've tried to have note apps on my phone to organize my thoughts and stuff. Eventually, I do always get to what I'm supposed to be doing, but not without fighting, not without fighting myself. I become very frustrated with myself, and this is also a cat scratcher. So yeah, it's I guess that's the ADHD thing. But I'm not gonna take medicine for ADHD. I won't, because it's not to the point where I need to, but it is to the point where it's aggravating. It is aggravating. I observe myself being very, very aggravated. Hey baby. Throughout. He snorts. Don't. Okay. I will scratch you right here. Shoot. Anyways. I think I'm gonna go because I have tasks I need to go accomplish, and I need to like go sweep the house, and I have wool that I need to go put somewhere safe so I can card it. I might bring it up here and card while I'm hanging out and whatnot. I got this sheepskin, and it is very nice. I have it sitting underneath my oh my god. Anyways, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, come here. He loves rough pets. He wants me to. He's a goofball, and then he sits there snorting because he has like breathing issues. So, anyways, I don't know. I'm gonna go because now I have all of the animals up my butt, and I'm not gonna be able to pull my thoughts together because I'm too busy taming a kitty cat. Okay, I'm gonna go. I have to go edit this. I don't know what I said. Basically, I don't know anything. I'm kind of stupid. I'm drinking London Fog. This is I ordered the tea that someone recommended to me, the Republic of Tea or something, the Earl Grey flavored, the Republic something thing. I ordered it. It should be here eventually. I don't know when. Maybe tomorrow. I think it's on Sunday. Is today Saturday? I don't even know what today is. Bitch, I need to get my shit together because I don't even know who the fuck I am. But I also, like, because I'm in a relationship with my subconscious mind, sometimes it's okay to just let shit fly. You know what I mean? To just let beans. Can you hear him snorting? Anyways, I ordered the tea that somebody recommended me in the comments, and I'm very grateful to you. Thank you so much. And whenever I drink it, I will tell you exactly what I think about it. Because I've been collecting all kinds of teas. Brands, I'm lying. Earl Grey, but all kinds of Earl Greys. So if you guys have anybody else, if you have a suggestion for an Earl Grey tea, drop it in the comment section below so I could sip it. Okay, and I will see you guys later. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are doing okay. I'm not really reading any books. I have this deck that I'm working with, like a oracle deck I'm working with, and I just draw a card a day, and I'm reading the description on that because I cannot read right now. Come here, beans. And then I am watching I guess I'm watching Vikings again with my husband. I put it on just as like ambient music stuff in the background to do like wool carding, and then my husband got involved. He was watching The Walking Dead, and then the whole thing, like, I'm just gonna say, with Glenn happened, and he was like, I don't want to watch this anymore. And I was like, I figured you wouldn't. And so I was like, girl, I was talking to my husband. I said, girl, I can't watch this shit with you no more, because it's every episode The Walking Dead was just like somebody after another dying in some dumbass way. And of course, yeah, whatever. But I got anxiety from watching The Walking Dead. I don't like it at all. I mean, if you like it, cool. Okay. I don't really like it. And so I just, girl, my life is so fucking, that me watching The Walking Dead, I was like, bitch, I don't need no more, hun. There's a lot of shit happening in my life personally. Sometimes you want to put on a show that's cozy and whatever. The Walking Dead was just too much. It's so dramatic and so much death and it was just too much. And I was like, eh. So I've been watching Vikings and Britannia and this is the Last Kingdom. The Last Kingdom just is background noise basically while I'm carding wool and spinning it. That's what I've been doing. So it's just something in the background to get me like through the actions, you know, because my brain is like, you know, whatever. What I've been listening to, oh, that girl, the Lady Victoria. I have her CD, the Lady Victoria on Instagram. Go check her out. She's a bard and she does all kinds of really amazing things. She goes to the Renaissance fairs and whatnot. Side quests also that have been, oh gosh, side quests that I've been, he doesn't know how big he is and he's not very spatially aware. He's kind of goofy. And so he will knock things over, like not on purpose, but on total accident because he just doesn't know how big he is. And he's pretty big. He's a big cat. I've been looking for this mead that was at the Texas Renaissance Festival and I couldn't find it. And I was like, okay, looking for it. And we had purchased some mead and me and my husband would have a sip out of it because we're preparing for Yule, which is right around the corner, which is another main side quest thing I have to do. So I was preparing for Yule. I was trying to find the mead and I couldn't find it. I tried to join this Texas Renaissance Festival group to talk about like, hey, well, what was that mead that was there? Blah, 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 blah. And so I went through and I purchased some from different companies in Texas because I figured it was local and I was trying to figure out, I saw a picture and it's like a picture of Thor or something, smashing something or something. Like I remember the picture. It was like an older looking picture of Thor. And so I was like, okay, cool. You know, I trust my mind, my memory enough to be like, that's what it looked like. And the bottle shape, I knew what the bottle looked like. And so I was trying to find some. I could not find it. I was disheartened. And so we started purchasing and trying other meads, like taking little sippy sips before nightfall or before bedtime. And some of it was good and some of it was not so good. And some of it made me want to like make my own because I was like, this is the roosters are screaming in alignment with the train going by and it's very, very scary sounding. So anyways, after I purchased it, different needs and I had them shipped to my house and then I had to go, you know, scan my ID with FedEx or whatever, the algorithm blessed me and was like, hey, do you want to try this mead, person? And it was the mead from the Renaissance Fair. And I was like, that's it, that's the one. So anyways, I purchased it and I will let you guys know what I think of it whenever I get to it. I don't drink alcohol. Like I don't drink, I'm not like, you know what I'm saying? Plenty of my people in my family were like that. So I don't do that. But we do have sippy sips. I literally will fill up this much of a cup before bed and take a sip. Basically just kiss it and the rooster is going crazy. Basically just kiss the mead before bed and I'm just like, no, I still don't like that one. It's not the same as the one from the fair. The fair one was sweet and it was like very nice on your lips. It was very, very sweet. So hopefully this is the right one. I've been side quest hunting down mead. Side quest I need to go get feed. And then also side quest, I want to price rabbits. So the rabbit thing, I still want to breed rabbits. I still do. And we'll see how that goes. But anyways, I gotta go. I gotta stop talking. Oh my God, did you see that? It looked like it was a noodle. Let me try it again. Oh no. How did I do that? Hold on, wait. It looked like a noodle. Damn it, that was cool. It is bendy, but it's not bendy like that. Beans. I'm gonna go. Noodle stick. Okay, goodbye. Have a great day. Goodbye.